What is going on, everybody? It is Alex coming back at you with another video. And today, for the Browns fans, it is your day. It is a Browns 7-round mock draft. So, unfortunately, I wanted to record this earlier, and then my recording system did not allow me to do so. So, unlike the Ravens mock that am dropping as well today, because I want to get this division done with, so you guys can have some good content as well as we can have another one come after the season is over. The draft board's updated. So for the Ravens fans, honestly, it's a good thing for you Browns fans, but it's not so good for the Ravens because, we're dropping a video on Monday when the draft order has been updated. So whatever, that's okay. Let me know what you guys think about all my stuff down in the comment section below. Because of course, if you guys like the draft, of course, follow for all that good stuff because we do it all the time. Let's start it off by looking at the roster for the Browns. This is going to be a position where we're probably going to address in the first. Just a heads up, the wide receiver position. You have Jarvis Landry, Anthony Schwartz, Dimitri Felton, who is a running back wide receiver hybrid. Fun fact, I actually first saw him multiple years ago, and I wrote him down because I like to write down kids who like prospects that I absolutely find like pretty eye-popping on tape. Even if I don't know anything about him, I found him to be outstanding when I only saw him as a returner. Then I saw him the next year and I wrote him down and he was a wide receiver and a running back. So I loved Dimitri Felton from the beginning. I thought it was such a steal. I don't know what's up with his RAS score. I don't know why he tested so poorly, but he's always doing great things for this team. And the fact that he's only put as wide receiver at the moment, obviously he plays different roles. It just kind of shows the fact that this team is kind of desperate for a true alpha, especially with Jamar Chase now in the division. I think you guys need your own version of a true number one. Jarvis is an excellent slot. Anthony, excellent deep threat. Dimitri, excellent gadget weapon. Even DPJ, really good player as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring back Rashard Higgins again. It's going to be a little bit tough, but we have a good basis, a good foundation to have somebody else step up and be the number one. If you have one number one receiver, like Odell is supposed to be, this team could just take it to a whole new height. So hopefully the draft gods are in our favor and they will be giving us a very nice draft in terms of allowing guys like Garrett Wilson. I don't think Jameson Williams adds as much, but we're not going to deny that. Chris Olave. Hopefully those three all fall to us, then we can have a fun conversation there. Regardless, we already know the quarterback situation. It is starting to become a conversation as to the longevity of Baker Mayfield's career on the Browns. He just doesn't officially lift the team up to where it should be. And I'm a Baker guy. I thought he was deserving of that number one overall pick, was not Sam Darnold guy. So holla. But Baker is an excellent quarterback to get you to the playoffs. He just hasn't shown enough to me to warrant him getting paid $40 million a year. When you have guys like Tyler Huntley in your own division who are getting paid pennies on the dollar, of course, that might not happen after this year. He's probably going to be paid like $10 million for the next 2 years. I think that's an excellent value, much better than what you'd be paying for $40 million for Baker. But that's just me. The problem is you just see guys like Mac Jones, Kenny Pickett, guys come out similar to Baker Mayfield every year to where is it worth sacrificing a 30-year team's cap for it? I know I'm taking a lot of time on this, but it's something that it's really gotten to me ever since like Baker came in with the chip on his shoulder, had an excellent year. We know he has talent. It's just for some reason it's not there consistently. And that's what's really bothered me because as a Baker Mayfield fan is that I just don't trust him anymore. Running back situation, though, perfectly fine. I don't even think we need to talk about that. It is top notch. Tight end wise, honestly, you could be looking for somebody to be like a third tight end here. But if we get Charlie Kohler later in the draft, which I did for the Ravens anyway, so don't want to be too repetitive, that's probably where I'd go. But not really a big issue if David Njoku goes. Harrison Bryant's proven to be formidable himself. Austin Hooper got that big contract, so not really in the mood to dethrone him in the meantime. Offensive line, you got Jedrick Wills here, Chuba Hubbard, James Hudson, Jack Conklin. Like the list goes on and on for the amount of talent you have at tackle. And I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing that you guys did this. Of course, Chris Hubbard on the way out. So maybe getting a rotational tackle wouldn't be a terrible idea because I'm not a huge fan of Alex Taylor, Michael Dunn. I don't really see them making an impact. But, you have depth here, high quality depth with James Hudson, a third round pick. According to me, I thought he was worth that, and you guys snagged him. So great on you guys for doing that. And then you got Jack Conklin at right tackle. That was phenomenal. I'd love that. Give him a short-term contract because it was supposed to be expiring when you can extend him for more money when the cap goes up. Very smart move, in my opinion, for both parties in that one. But of course, the guard situation, you got Wyatt Teller. He's a beast. And Joel Antonio, I think he might retire by the termination of his contract. I mean, the guy's a beast. I love him. He's great. I mean, I don't understand how his contract expiring in 2026. If he has a 3-year, I think we extended him possibly this year. So maybe this one will end in 2022 and something. You guys can explain that one to me. But besides that, I actually don't see very solid depth here. I'm really complaining about depth when you have excellent starters. I know you have to have nitpick on this team. It's really that good. But yeah, you have excellent starting guards, and you have Nick Harris at center, JC Treader. So Nick Harris could be your guy for the future. Again, you have him for 2 more years after this one. Center out of Washington, if I'm not mistaken. But JC Treader, another pretty solid veteran for you guys. I honestly, if it were up to me after 2023, I'd let Nick Harris take the reins for 1 year, see if he's worth extending, and then go from there. Just my opinion is that JC Treader at 32 years of age is not going to be worth the same as Nick Harris at 24 or 25. But that's just me. You have an offense that is phenomenal. That's why, again, I think maybe a change in the quarterback position, either through like Russell Wilson or whatever, might be able to bring this team to the Super Bowl, because it should be going to the Super Bowl. Defensively, looking at the secondary to start out, we're going to go secondary down. John Johnson, yes. Grant Delpit, Richard LeCount, Ronnie Harrison. Like, these guys are absolute dogs. And it's just, it's so amazing to see stuff like this. I mean, like, these are all top end prospects. Ronnie Harrison, of course, honestly, if he wants a contract similar to the one he has right now, I'd bring him back. I mean, the rotation of safeties in the NFL is just becoming so popular that it's kind of worth it at this point just to continue doing that. But I mean, you guys have locked in an amazing secondary. Like, look at this. Look at this. You are losing 1 corner this year in free agency. If you look at any other team, they're going to be losing like 5. And your top 4 are incredible. You got Troy Hill, which you stole from the Rams. Excellent slot corner. Greg Newsome, amazing rookie. I was a huge fan of him in the first. I was like, wow, I didn't think the Browns really should have went that route. Of course, I thought they should have went after JOK, which we'll talk about in a second, which they got anyway. So ridiculously great pickup right there. Denzel Ward needs no introduction. And then, of course, Greedy Williams. I mean, as long as he gets his whole act together on a personal level, this guy's an amazing talent. So big fan of that. Of course, if you guys don't know already, I trained at the same facility as Greedy Williams, so I have some inside information on his personality, and it has some something to be desired. But Jacob Phillips, Anthony Walker, your interior linebackers for this team, not bad at all when you have it backed up by Mac Wilson, Sion Taki, and JOK. Like, you have a really solid basis here. Malcolm Smith, Elijah Lee, guys who I don't really think are very big impacts, but like, you have some very, very good impactful players on this roster, especially in the linebacking core. That wouldn't stop me from taking another one, because again, Anthony Walker signed a 1-year deal. Thought that was a brilliant idea. So if you get a guy like Jack Campbell, that wouldn't be too shabby. I would be willing to pull the trigger on that one, see if he's able to slot in as an inside linebacker for you. But again, there's not much to complain about on this team. Defensive line wise, hello. I mean, it's ridiculous. Apart from Odenigbo, I think that you have arguably the best 3 defensive end rotation in the NFL. Jadavion's doing a great job. I hope to God they can re-sign him to a longer contract. Maybe a 2-year, $30 million contract might be a good one, just to continue giving him a good litmus test in his older age as well. Myles Garrett, I think this is actually a really poor deal, because he deserves a lot more money than that. The guy's just so damn good. Yeah, Myles Garrett is just, he's the cream of the crop, man. Looking at defensive tackles, look, it's ridiculous. You got Jordan Elliott, Tommy Togiai, and Malik Jackson here. I think you could look for, of course, Malik up for a contract. You could look for an actual alpha at the defensive tackle position with Malik going. Tommy Togiai is an excellent rotational guy, and I think that he could eventually go up to a level of a starter. It's going to make me deterred from taking a defensive tackle, apart from if I know it's going to be a later round pick, maybe like fourth and above, where you can get somebody who's excellent depth to take over for Sheldon Day. Or if you can go after a starter, which, I mean, I'm at this point, I'm not too big of a fan of Jordan Davis, but that is definitely an option to get someone in the interior. So that's going to be your team. It's like kind of ridiculous how damn good it is. And the reason you guys aren't in the Super Bowl every year, we'll talk about that in the draft. Let's kick to the draft. This is the longest time I've ever spent on a roster analysis, but you guys deserve it. And of course, if you guys are new to the series, we are not going to be accepting any of these auto trades because, one, it complicates things too much. Two, it's just too much RNG. You don't ever get the same trade twice. And a lot of times the trades are just a little stupid because really, I'm not even in the mood to discuss that. It just adds way too much to the video. You guys are here to watch how the Browns are going to be drafting, not how I would be trading up with other teams. But what did I say earlier? I was hoping for Chris Olave, Jameson Williams, and Garrett Wilson to be here. So we're good on that. PSA, Jameson Williams fits the exact same role as Anthony Schwartz. I think it's a deep threat with a lot of upside. Jameson obviously better than Anthony Schwartz, but I don't think you want to go too many cooks in the kitchen for a team that is not built for a guy like Jameson Williams. My genuine opinion, I would stay as far away from that as possible. Chris Olave, excellent separator. If you want to go that, you do you. I don't care. For me, I think Garrett Wilson is on another level compared to these two, or compared to these other two. He is excellent at the point of a catch. You know, he is amazing. He's able to go up. He's able to get it. And after the catch, he makes everybody miss. He's the best guy after the catch besides Jameson, who can burn people with his speed. Yeah, he's probably going to go like high 4.4s, right? He's going to probably be like a 4.48, 4.49 guy. Not going to be your ultimate track star, which is ridiculous, right? You have Marquez Callaway doing crap when he was like a 4.7 40. Okay. So he's amazing after the catch. He's a solid ass route runner. He's played. This is the crazy thing. I just studied a little bit more of the cool analytics like a couple days ago. He played 95% in the slot last year. He's played 17% this year, and he's performing the exact same way. That versatility is unheard of. And I'm just such a huge fanboy of Garrett Wilson. He's been my wide receiver one since day one, and I love him. I love my boy Jameson Williams and Chris Olave as well. If you guys want them, because again, this is not me drafting for another team later on, you select them. You select whichever one you want. Personally, for me, I think Garrett Wilson is what you were probably looking for in Odell Beckham Jr. That is my opinion, but I'm going to kind of die on a hill for that one. I think he's going to be probably one of the better wide receivers to come out of the draft in a little while. So I love him. He's a beast. Lock him in. We got to see what we're going to be doing in these later rounds because this is going to be a little bit fun. So I think the problem is this team doesn't need much. That's the tough part. Like if it's at this point, you go best player available, I would be willing to go offensive line. Like, thank God Sean Ryan went because I don't want to actually have to take one. But when you look at it, this team could use, again, I'm not going to say it's impossible. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Just small thing. I've been loving on Xavier Hutchinson for a while now, and he just moved up to 70. I think that's a little bit of an overreaction by TDN, but just had to have my little moment there. For me, it's like you go guard depth, which at round 2, like, are you serious? No, I would never do that. Even myself, I wouldn't do that. Tyler Smith, that's my draft crush right there on the offensive line. Former offensive lineman myself for 7 years. This guy is incredible. I love him, especially on the interior. Holy crap. He can play left tackle too. I'd probably give him like a 4th round, like a late 3rd or 4th as a tackle. As a guard, I might even do a late 2. Like, he is that good. I just love him. So I had to give him a quick shout out right there. Linebacker, Darian Beavers is somebody who I'd probably have right below Chad Mumma. This might be Chad Mumma though. Brandon Smith has to be mentioned here as well. With Walker on a 1-year contract, and linebackers can get a little pricey nowadays. A guy like Chad Mumma and Brandon Smith, these guys are both ridiculous. Now, I'm a huge fan of Chad. Like, it's ridiculous. This guy's coverage ability is off the charts. He's going to be probably testing it. Ballsy claims he's going to be testing in the 4.4s as a linebacker. Yes, he is outstanding. At 240 pounds, he is built to be right in the middle. He pass rushes very well. He might not be the best in the run game, but then again, that's what your interior defensive line and your defensive front is really built for. Chad Mama is ridiculous. I very well might pull the trigger here. I kind of want to move ahead and see when our next pick is. It's at 79. It's going to kill me if we have to like resort to a Jack Campbell over Chad Mama, but we might have to take that chance. We might have to. But let's look at who else is on the board. At edge, you got Kingsley Enagbare. The question is, do you want to put him in rotation? Because if I'm not mistaken, let's go back here. We look at the edge group, the defensive ends, and Tack McKinley's also up for a contract. So I don't think we can bring both of them back. Having a guy like Kingsley Enagbare there to be in rotation wouldn't be a bad idea at all. And he's worth a first-round pick. Again, usually I say, oh, well, I'm not going to because he's down here. But honestly, let's just do it. Again, edge rotation is a huge thing as well. So if you have 3 edges that can rotate, that's how you generate pressure. Your edges are fresh, and Kingsley Enagbare fits perfectly. He's 265. He can fit on the end. I'm a huge fan of him as well. So he's a first rounder for me. We're going to do that just again. I mean, hell, to be 100% fair, I would make this trade right here. I'd make it just to get Chad Mama again. Regardless, Kingsley Enagbare on this team is going to be great. This is a team that's hard to draft for. I'm praying to God. No, don't take my Chad Mama. Don't do it. You bastards. Oh, I'd take this trade in a heartbeat. Don't do it. Oh, they're going to do it. I have a feeling. No. Don't do it. Oh, that's my boy right there. Oh, that kills me. That kills me because I take him to you guys in the second round. I have an early third on Chad Mama. I love him so much. It's not that big of a need to where we're like dying to get one, but it just hurts a little bit more inside. It just does. But regardless, I think something that is a little bit barren on it. Well, honestly, it might not be, but pass rush threat with a Perry on Winfrey would not be shabby at all. I think having him, Jordan Elliott, and Tommy Togiai in there would be really nice to have a good rotation of dudes. It hurts me, guys. It hurts me. Chad Mama's not here. That was like my dream pick. And then the Texans had to ruin it. Oh, you guys can, I'm sure like my depression is palpable at this moment. But honestly, I think that might be the right move. Continue developing that defensive front. Because again, worst case scenario, it's a 3rd round pick and you have a guy who's an excellent 3rd defensive tackle. Perry Winfrey needs to develop his his run stuffing, but his pass rushing is supreme. I think he's the best pass rushing defensive tackle in this class. And again, you can never go wrong with it. Also, apparently he stole a defensive tackle from the Steelers. I know that the Steelers do like Alabama D tackles after getting Isaiah Buggs, but The only problem I have with TDN right now, guys, is that I feel like they have a lot of dudes on here who should not be anywhere near the draft board because I don't think Tanner McKee will be coming out. And you have guys like Ricky Stromberg who have already said, I'm going back. They're on the board. So a little bit irritating, had to get that off the chest. But at this spot, I mean, again, there's just so many good players here. I think that going after a guy like Damone Clark, we've already went to LSU once with actually our other interior linebacker is also there from Jacob Phillips. I mean, Damone Clark is very good value for a 4th. He fits perfectly. Look at his weight, 245, 6'3". He's built to be a Mike. He's built to be inside. So if you're able to pair him up with Phillips, you're also going to get a little bit of synergy there from LSU. They're trained. They have a similar background. I think that's the right move. It's a 4th round pick again. I think you have to go best player available. I like Damone Clark, maybe not to the level of a guy like Jack Campbell, but again, I can't just continue to be the same old rinse, wash, repeat type of guy. Because again, Jack Campbell also might not fit what we're looking for. Number 119, back with the Browns. I always say with the Browns because I'm used to drafting. We're going Tyler Smith. I love this man. I love him. I have an early 3rd on him. He is incredible. Yeah, I don't care how many times I take this guy. I haven't taken him in a little while, surprisingly. But he can play left tackle as well. Excellent tackle backup. This guy is going to be perfect for the roster, especially as a backup. I think he can honestly start. Not that we're going to need it with our guards being signed, I think, until 2027. I just have a crush on him. I love him. He's just perfect for me. I love a tackle that has power on both the lower and upper portion. Really good anchor, solid enough athleticism. It's just kind of the reason he's being put into guard is because he may not have the exact athleticism needed to be a left tackle, which is fine. It's fine, especially if you're a backup tackle. You're going to be doing great things. And the only tough thing with these 7-round mocks is that I have guys I really like Boye Mafe here. That would be a ridiculous pickup for this team. I just picked him in the last draft. I'm not going to do that again. It's just a little bit ridiculous to continue going the same old, because you got to get some original new content as well. I also don't like, there you go, Ricky Stromberg. Like, screw you guys. I also don't like giving you guys boring content because you guys deserve some fun stuff. This could be a team that takes another wide receiver, though. Again, we probably we'll probably lose Higgins as well. So right now we have Garrett Wilson, Jarvis Landry in the slot, Schwartz on the outside, or DPJ, Demetric Felton. Yeah, we don't need a 6 wide receiver. These guys can all be guys you get in free agency. Because I saw another deep threat that we could get in Romeo Doubs here, who I love to grab. He's so good, but there's no real need for that. At this point, we need to look at best player available. And I'm not grabbing Boye Mafe again. I don't think an edge would be the right move to go back-to-back edges because I do think you bring back one of those 2 guys. You could look for you don't need a running back at all. Your third running back is worth being a starting running back. Charlie Kolar might be worth this pick. And I think I'm going to take him here. You're losing that third tight end spot, and Charlie Kolar works very well in a tight end combo. He's going to be definitely a dude who you want to put out there as much as possible. He's going to be a day 1 impact, maybe not the highest ceiling, but I do love his level of play, and I think it's totally worth it. So I'm going to grab Charlie Kolar here. I don't know why he's fallen off draft boards so much. I mean, yeah, he hasn't totally ascended. And again, no disrespect to Greg Dulcich. I have him above, but I'm not going to grab big Greg Dulcich every single draft because, again, he is criminally underrated. I love him, but again, I want to have some new guys come around, even if I might draft him 2 times in the last 3. It's just you haven't seen him at all in most of these drafts. So Greg Dulcich is ridiculously underrated. I might start putting my own draft board in here just so you guys could see. But Grant Calcaterra, another guy, if you wanted to draft one later, would be the right move. So we could now look at who we like the most. O'Shawn Mathis is here. Xavier Thomas is here. Owen Papo, another really good linebacker. I have a 3rd-round grade on him. But, of course, he could be here from injury. It wouldn't be a bad spot. Again, let's look back on that roster, okay? Let's see what's up with the linebacking situation. All outside linebackers are gone. You have JOK here. And actually, you have Tony Fields, too. That's nice. I do like Tony Fields. I'm just trying to find a way to get you guys some star players like Owen Papo. No real need for him. This could be a good spot to try to select a safety. It wouldn't be a bad idea with Bubba Bolden on the board if you do end up losing Ronnie Harrison. Getting an extra backup it's the 6th round. Again, you're looking at where should I get depth, and that might be the right spot. Honestly, we could get a backup quarterback here. Brock Purdy deserves some respect. I mean, the guy was supposed to be a 1st-round pick 2 years ago, or actually it was supposed to be even last year before he fell off. And now he's being talked about like he sucks. I mean, the guy actually isn't bad at all. I don't get the hate on him. I think it's just the aversion. We see him. It's like, oh, he used to be a 1st. Now he's not even close to that. We have to throw him down the draft board so far. I mean, that guy, is he better than Ian Book? Abso-freaking-lutely. I just don't get the hate. We're going to take him. I think he's a perfect fit for this team. It's a 6th-round pick again. If he sucks, okay, he's a 6th-round pick. He's going to be a backup anyways. So it's worth taking a shot on. He really could make a big difference on this team. A lot of these quarterbacks I'm avoiding because I don't believe a lot of them are going to be coming out as well. Just, really Graham Mertz, a redshirt sophomore, is going to come out if he's going to be a round 7 selection. No, he's never going to do that. So let's see. We have another pick here. Oh my God. O'Shawn Mathis is here again. Jesus. What is up with this? No team. Okay. You thank God he just went. No teams want to just draft these edges every time I draft. I swear. But we could be looking for somebody to be a backup center. Again, it's just I'm BSing you if I say that you guys need that. This team just needs nothing. It really does. So I think the right thing to do is grab a guy who has a lot of potential at a corner position. And I'm avoiding some of my normal guys for Joey Porter Jr. The guy is, I mean, he should be returning, to be 100% fair, but his arms are ridiculously long. So if you're able to train him well as a fifth cornerback or sixth cornerback, this dude can make some really big plays. I really like what he could do if you end up training him correctly. And that's exactly what you do in the 7th round, right? You take a shot on somebody who could be ridiculously talented. And again, he is related to, if I'm not mistaken, a Hall of Fame linebacker. So yeah, I think I'd be pretty happy with that. We'll see if we have any other picks. I don't believe we do. So that is going to be the draft. Let me know what you guys think. I'll show you guys. We'll do a quick recap, but I want you guys to let me know everything down in the comments section below. It's been a fun draft, honestly. This team is just too good. I hope to God y'all can do something about the quarterback situation if you think that that's the big issue. But we got our wide receiver 1. We got either our 3rd edge or our number 2 edge. Either way, I think it's an excellent player. We got our pass rushing threat from the interior, another solid inside linebacker at LSU, a stud out of Tulsa. I mean, I love him to death. A solid tight end 3, quarterback 3 as well, who can develop into a backup quarterback, if not starter, and then a highly developmental, very high ceiling corner out of Penn State. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the far side. Peace.